We'll be going to Busan, Korea to play in front of a home crowd starting October 3rd. And that game, really chaotic, really exciting, but well executed team fight-wise once more.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the story of Samsung White because they were so thoroughly humiliated last year. A lot of people, myself included, anticipated a Samsung White SK Telecom K finals, and they really dropped the ball. And so this is kind of the first step on their kind of road to redemption here at Worlds after they had, a fantastic showing throughout 2014.
Let's just take a step back, remind everybody Samsung Ozone last year.
Yep.
And one of the things that's very interesting, up until this point, they have been playing standard and champions, things like that. Let's pull up the replay that we've got of a Dragon team fight ace at 10 minutes. Double lift. Talk me through this fight and what you feel they did right and their opponents did wrong.
So they had just ganked Lucian, and he's dead right now. So it's a 5v4, and you can play it right now. So you can see their top laner, HQ's top laner, comes in with a TP, and it's very clearly a 5 versus 4. And in most situations, you should back off here. And so they choose to engage. Blitzcrank goes in for a great hook on Pawn, but they're so uncoordinated. 2 of them are on Mata, but 2 of them are on Pawn, which allows Pawn to get 3 damage off, get the reset. They're so focused on Mata right here, they finally finish him off, but it's just too late. Katarina's already gotten 2 kills and gotten the reset. It's just no good.
And also, just something that I want to point out, because this is more of a Korean thing right now, is that Dandy has been doing a lot of E-Evolve first on Kha'Zix, where most of the Western teams and other teams in general have been doing W-Evolve first. But it's very useful in these comps with multiple resets to have it early for these. I mean, that's one of the big factors that allowed them to win that fight so convincingly.
Just as some food for thought really quickly, there's actually a few of the EU Kha'Zixes that will level W, but evolve E, and it alternated towards playoffs as well.
I think one of the reasons why you see more North American junglers evolve W is because actually evolving W doesn't increase the damage, as far as I know. It just makes it easier to land, right? So if you have great mechanics like Dandy does, you don't need to evolve W to hit the right people. He's so confident he's going to hit that skill shot, he just evolves E.
But what it does do is it increases the slow very heavily, and it will just hit more targets, meaning that you've got more soft targets for Katarina resets, right? You don't reset off 1 guy, you reset off of 3 guys. And evolving W actually does help do that.
Let's step back really quickly. We saw Kayle top lane. We saw Katarina mid lane. We've got some really cool stats and graphics prepared talking about how diverse Samsung White have been in their first 5 games. I'm going to kick things off with Looper. In 5 games, he has played 5 separate champions. This is actually shared with multiple players in his role. So let's start talking about some of these picks. Rumble, Maokai, Ryze, Alistair, Kayle. They're 5-0 in their group. They've only got Edward Gaming left to play. It's so difficult to prepare and plan when you've seen at what level they've played. Yes, arguably the competition has been at a lower level, but what does this do for quarterfinals and for every team trying to scout them?
Yeah, it's really terrifying, and the Kayle really isn't a surprise. That never truly fell out of the top lane meta in Korea, and we, in fact, all of the Korean top laners at this tournament do have the potential to play Kayle. They've all done it in recent memory. The Rumble pick for Looper is a little bit surprising, but this diversity coming into a quarterfinal match, how do you even begin to deal with this in terms of picks and bans? There's virtually nothing that you can do. And also, moreover, when you start showing some weird picks like Katarina, if there are champions that you play that Katarina can hard counter, all of a sudden you're kind of afraid to play those also.
I agree.
So,
well, let's roll this one on. Let's take a look at some of Pawn's champion picks because he is also in this 5 games played, 5 champions. Zilean, Yasuo, Talon, Zed, Katarina. 4 assassins out of 5. Yeah. Zilean thrown in for the mix for good measure.
So what I love about this is it actually combines well with Looper's champion pool, where Looper's playing all magic damage dealers and Pawn basically 3 out of the 5 here are physical. And it actually allows this team to run a lot more comps. You're not hamstrung on, oh my god, we have to get Corki or we have no magic damage here. And it allows a lot of variety in picks.
And we haven't even seen Orianna or Syndra, the other sort of picks that are high priority as well.
Yeah, and most terrifyingly, we haven't seen his Jace. And Pawn's Jace is really a force to be reckoned with. So, but that's another thing that a lot of teams are going to be thinking about when they go into quarters.
And keep rolling this one along. Imp, once again in the 5 games played, 5 champions. Tristana, Twitch, Vayne, Corki, and Lucian up there. So between Doublelift and Crepo, again, just godlike level AD carry, got a bunch of champions to play, got to be scary.
Yeah, I think what this does to enemy AD carries is it makes them really scared, and it makes them want to counterpick because they want to see the matchup first, or else they'll think, wow, Imp knows every matchup. He can play every AD carry. If I pick my AD first, he's going to counterpick me, right? So it's just such a big intimidation factor, especially since Imp is playing so well.
I feel like the biggest part of the counter pick relies on the support pick, though. I want to have like an early AD pick, and then as long as support gets to pick last, you usually should be able to at least tie up the lane.
That's true.
And the thing is, Mata, it doesn't even matter what he plays. He'll play anything in any matchup and still do well.
Yeah, interesting. Only 3 champions for Mata.
I agree with you, Crapo. It doesn't really matter whatever he plays. It's been really impressive, and everyone else is going to need to improve to get to his level.
Yeah, now Mata, as I was saying, 2 games Thresh, 2 games Janna, 1 game Arnami. We are halfway through day 3, so let's take a quick look at the standings as Samsung White have booked their ticket to Korea with a 5-0 record. Only Edward Gaming left to face tomorrow at the end of the day. We will be seeing a hotly anticipated matchup in just a moment, but we'll take a brief break from these championship games. We'll be right back with more action from Worlds as the Taipei Assassins will be facing off against Team Solo Mid. Guys, stay right with us.
They're going to finish him off. One more auto attack when I've done it. There is him going aggressive. He gets the kill on Green Tea. Can he take on it down? Oh well, my! And the lantern! Pawn in the back going to get exhausted. What's he going to do? He's on towards Green Tea. Dandy will dive over. It's reset city for Samsung White. Oh, Mata going in there once again. Green Tea going to go down before he can do anything. Meanwhile, Dandy is in the backside. They're going for Nad. Getting 3 points for going straight through the middle of the team. Oh! Shut down, and that allows Pawn to get right.